She walked in like any other shopper. But what happened next left the boutique staff, and their IC manager, reeling when the truth about her identity was revealed. The fallout wasn't just shocking, it was unforgettable. The boutique on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills wasn't just a store. It was a symbol of exclusivity. Gleaming glass doors framed by pristine white marble opened into a haven of luxury, rows of designer handbags, sparkling jewelry under spotlit displays, and racks of clothing priced higher than most monthly rents. This wasn't a place for window shoppers, at least, that's how Helena, the boutique manager, saw it. Helena had built her reputation on a single, ironclad principle: protect the brand. She ran a tight ship, no idle chatter among employees, no smudged glass counters, and absolutely no tolerance for anyone who didn't look like they belonged. Tall, with an immaculate bob haircut and a tailored pantsuit, Helena was the gatekeeper of this glittering world. Exclusivity isn't just about price, she often reminded her team. It's about image. That particular Tuesday morning was no different. The store hummed with the soft strains of classical music, and Helena stood near the entrance, her sharp eyes scanning for anything out of place. Then, the doors opened. A woman walked in. She was tall, poised, and wore oversized sunglasses paired with a simple cream coat. Her heels clicked softly against the marble floor as she moved gracefully, her hand brushing lightly against a rack of silk scarves. To Helena, something felt off. The outfit, though elegant, was understated, not quite what their usual clientele would wear. Perhaps it was the way she lingered a bit too long at the jewelry case or the faint air of confidence that didn't quite match her apparent simplicity. Helena's instincts kicked in. She approached briskly, her smile polite but cold, never reaching her eyes. "Ma'am," she said firmly, "we have a private shopping appointment scheduled shortly. I'm afraid I'll need to ask you to leave." The woman slowly lowered her sunglasses, revealing piercing blue eyes that momentarily caught Helena off guard. There was a flicker of recognition, had she seen her somewhere before, but Helena quickly dismissed the thought. "I assure you, I'll only be a moment," the woman replied calmly, her tone even and controlled. Helena stiffened, her politeness giving way to firm resolve. "I'm sorry, but this is a private establishment. If you'd like to book an appointment, we'd be happy to accommodate you another time." The woman's expression remained composed, but there was a quiet intensity in her gaze. Without another word, she slid her sunglasses back on and walked out, her heels echoing through the now silent boutique. Helena watched her go, a faint sense of satisfaction settling over her. She had done her job. She had protected the brand. But something about the encounter nagged at her, a quiet unease she couldn't quite place. By the following morning, whispers were already circulating among the staff. "Did you hear about the woman from yesterday?" Sophia, one of the younger sales associates, asked hesitantly. Helena raised an eyebrow. "What about her?" Sophia glanced around conspiratorially. "One of the customers said it was Melania Trump." Helena froze. The words hit her like a jolt. "Melania Trump," she repeated, her tone skeptical. "Yes," Sophia said, nodding earnestly. "They showed me a picture. It was definitely her." Helena's mind raced. Could it be true? Had she, in her rigid adherence to the rules, just dismissed one of the most recognizable women in the world? A knot of unease twisted in her stomach, but she brushed it off with her usual composure. "It doesn't matter who she was," Helena said curtly. "Rules are rules." But deep down, she knew this wasn't just anyone. By the afternoon, the boutique buzzed with murmurs. Customers whispered. Employees exchanged knowing glances. The incident spread like wildfire, exaggerated, dissected, and amplified by social media. And then came Friday. The boutique was busy, bustling with the usual flow of well-dressed patrons. Helena stood near the cashier counter, her air of authority intact. But when the glass doors swung open, she froze. There she was. Melania Trump walked in, radiating calm confidence, dressed in a sleek black dress that commanded attention without a word. Behind her trailed an entourage, a security detail, a publicist, and others carrying briefcases. Outside, photographers jostled for the perfect shot. Gasps rippled through the boutique as every head turned. Melania's gaze locked with Helena's, and time seemed to slow. There was no anger in her expression, no scorn, just a calm control that made Helena's stomach churn. "Good afternoon," Melania said, her tone firm yet composed. "I'd like to look around." "Is that allowed?" The question hung in the air, sharp and pointed. Helena's voice failed her. She nodded stiffly, stepping aside. As Melania moved through the store, her every gesture was deliberate. She paused at the jewelry case, her eyes landing on an ornate diamond necklace. Turning to Clara, she asked, "May I see this piece?" Clara's hands trembled slightly as she retrieved it. Melania studied the necklace briefly, then glanced at Helena. "What do you think?" Helena's heart pounded. It's beautiful," she stammered, her voice faltering under the weight of the moment. Melania turned back to Clara. "I'll take it," she said, sliding a black credit card across the counter. But before leaving, Melania addressed Helena one last time. "It's important," she said softly, "to treat everyone with respect, especially when you don't know who they are." The words cut deeper than any reprimand. The experience shook Helena to her core. She had judged Melania based on assumptions, and now the whole world was watching her mistake. Yet, in that moment, a realization dawned: this wasn't just about protecting a brand. It was about protecting the dignity of every individual who walked through those doors. From that day forward, Helena vowed to rebuild, not just her image but the boutique's values. Respect, kindness, and humility became the new cornerstones of her leadership. Life has a way of humbling us. This story is a powerful reminder to approach every person with kindness and an open heart. Who knows what stories, or lessons, they might bring into our lives. If this story inspired you, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more tales that spark reflection and growth.